Welcome my people and thanks for stopping by. I'm Willing Abba, your presenter for this very channel. Heading to the news of today, which says inmates mobilized to vote on Saturday, IPOB alleges. Well, we can all see the way our politicians are desperate because the Anambra people said they are not coming out to vote anybody because they said there is sit-at-home order in Anambra State. Now the government are now going to bring out inmates and also hire Fulani herdsmen to come and vote for them. Wow. Well, let me read the news to your hearing. The indigenous people of Biafra has alleged that inmates across correctional centers in the southeast geopolitical zone have been mobilized to Anambra State to vote in the November 6th governorship election on Saturday. The sensationalist group observed that there was a grand plot to rob the people of Anambra State their right to choose a leader of their choice in the governorship poll. The director of media and publicity, Ima Powerful, stated this in a statement he personally signed, a copy of which was made available to the Punch on Wednesday. The statement read in part, "The global family of the indigenous people of Biafra, under the command and leadership of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has through intelligence gathered that the Nigerian government and all the Progressive Congress have gone to several correctional centers in the southeast zone and lifted inmates and Fulani youths living in other southeast states to Anambra State with the intention to use them and thumbprint in favor of the APC in the forthcoming November 6th governorship election in the state. We raise the alarm to the United Nations Human Rights Commission, US government, British government, Israel government, German government, Canadian government, Russia government, and Amnesty International civil society groups in the world, and all relevant and reputable human rights organizations to monitor what the APC and the government of Nigeria are doing in Biafra land, especially in Imo and Anambra states. We want to raise this alarm to put Indi Anambra in particular, Igbo and the world in general out of the wicked plot by the APC-led federal government of Nigeria to rob them of their right to choose a leader of their choice. They want to impose another puppet in Anambra State, as they did in Imo State. The APC has changed election norms in the history of Nigeria. We want politicians in Anambra State to be wary of what the APC is doing to them, so they can resist them. Alright my people, this is about the forthcoming election that is already at the doorstep of the Igbo people, Anambra State. Their governorship election that the Anambra youth say they are not coming out to vote anybody except they release their leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from detention. Our politicians are so desperate that they can't wait. They have to go and start bringing out inmates from correctional centers and also bringing out Fulani herdsmen from neighboring states in the eastern part of Nigeria to come and vote for them for the governorship election. At the end of the day, these people that are bringing from different states in the eastern part of the country to come and elect the inmates and the Fulani people, they will end up giving them chicken change that will make them vote a leader that will put them under stress, put the community, put the society under havoc for the next 4 years. For this, their evil agenda to be successful, that means they have to connive with the INEC leaders to bring out people from different states. Because how will the people get the voters card? They have to go and give them voters card to come and elect in the state that is not theirs. And how will their thumbprints match with the smart card reader? Nigeria, nothing you cannot see. We have seen where Boko Harams are being recruited to customs, to armies. Nothing we cannot see in this very country of ours. Why would all these things happen where the president and the INEC chairman are from the same ethnicity? Well, I'm advising the Anambra people to shine their eyes well. Heading to the other news, which is heavy security deployment not to intimidate voters, says IGP warns IPOB. Inspector General of Police, Mr. Usman Baba, has warned known state actors, including the indigenous people of Biafra, to stay clear of Saturday's election in Anambra State. Stating that the heavy deployment of security in Anambra State for Saturday's election was not meant to scare voters, He said the police would deal decisively with anybody who would try to foment trouble during the exercise. Baba, who was speaking on Wednesday during stakeholders meeting, said the election security was designed to cover the 3 senatorial districts of the state, 21 local governments, 326 wards and 5,720 polling units across the state. He said this massive deployment is not designed to intimidate the law-abiding as being insinuated in some quarters. On the contrary, it is to reassure them of adequate protection by deterring misguided political elements as well as non-state actors that might be bent on threatening the election through acts of armed violence or other conduct that violates the provisions of the Electoral Act. It is to also serve as a strong warning that the government is determined to bring such subversive characters to justice should they advance their ignoble, undemocratic and unpatriotic intents. The overriding objective of our operational action plan is to ensure an environment that is peaceful enough to encourage the law-abiding people of Anambra State to exercise their electoral franchise. The message here is clear for the political actors and electorate that are law-abiding. They are fully assured of optimal security. However, for the destabilizing elements and other deviants who, despite all wise counsels, are determined to deploy violence and other illegal means to advance their political interests or constitute a clog in the wheel of peaceful atmosphere for the election, they should be prepared for the consequences of their action, as they will be identified, isolated and decisively dealt with irrespective of their status, ideological inclinations or political affiliations. Accordingly, all security agents are fully conscious of the fact that they are under an obligation to perform their functions within the rules of law and civil dictates, and that they could be held accountable for any professional conduct that negates the dictates of the Code of Conduct. He added, no one is allowed to wear any clothes or color signifying any political party to the polling unit. No person is allowed to move around with security details around the polling unit. Everyone is enjoined to vote and return to their respective houses or remain peacefully within approved parameters of the polling centers. Alright my people, that is it for the news. Anyways, I think with what is happening in Anambra State with the situation at hand, I don't think a parent will allow his or her own child to go and do any election. And with the presence of all these forces, I don't think it will hinder anything from happening. Well, we don't know your thoughts and opinion. We would love you to drop it at the comment section below. In case you haven't subscribed, we would love you to do so. Please click on the subscribe button below and click on the bell by the side so that whenever we drop our content, you will be the first person to get notified. Thanks for staying tuned to this very last moment, and God bless you.